Namaste and welcome to Vinyasa Flow Yoga. My name is Michelle Chua. And for today, you'll want to have a couple of blocks and a strap, maybe even a blanket so you can fold it up and sit on it, or even use it as cushion for your knees when we are in postures that put weight on the knees. So let's begin in any comfortable seated pose, also called Sukhasana, which means easy pose. Find a way to feel evenly grounded through your left and right sitting bones at the bottom of your pelvis. And lift from your pelvic floor all the way up each vertebra throughout your spine, back of your skull. Let the shoulders relax. Start to be still. So on yesterday, our Tuesday Yin class, I talked about being with uncertainty and cultivating a feeling of open mind when you are entering a feeling state of groundlessness. And another tool that I find is helpful when I'm feeling that anxiety or worry that may arise, when I'm worrying about uncertainty or what's on the other side of the unknown, when fear arises, is to work on Manipura chakra, cultivating energy flow and balance at my solar plexus energy center. So I'm touching the area right about the upper belly, the mid back. So that's the general physical area. And you might remember that the solar plexus energy center is much about strength of will, your self-esteem, your self-confidence, your sense of purpose, and protecting what is core or sacred to you. And one of the basic ways that I help to strengthen my sense of those qualities of Manipura chakra is through physical exercise and even challenging myself physically, of course, in a yogic manner and mindfully, where it's just to the extent that I know I can handle it, but there is some willpower being challenged so that afterwards I come out feeling a little more confident. It's a way of, for me, as I see it, a way of building self-trust and being with ourselves, even when things feel challenging, not giving up and letting go or pushing away the discomfort of challenge, but learning how to breathe through it, center ourselves, focus, and know that we have the capacity to be with what is. And so that's what I invite you into this physical practice with. Some parts may or may not be as challenging, where we're going to center on core strengthening practices. So let's start by checking in. You might close the eyes as you mentally scan your physical body, observing any sensations that are happening right now. Gathering how you're feeling physically. Bring awareness to the breath without changing or controlling your breath. And its qualities, tune into how you're feeling energetically. Now bring your attention to how you're feeling mentally. What have you been giving your attention lately? And how's this affecting the way you feel emotionally? What's present in your emotions now? Now feeling the surface below your body, press into that more firmly as you breathe in a little deeper through your nose. Let the spine rise tall as you exhale through your mouth. Even slower, inhale through your nose. Even slower, exhale through your mouth. Continue to deepen your breath as you now call to mind something you feel gratitude for. And through that lens, set your intention for this practice, your sankalpa. What are you choosing to cultivate? And thus give your attention, your focus. As we remember that we are all part of each other, we are all interconnected, I invite you to choose somebody or a group of beings to dedicate your practice to today. And now let's set our intentions and dedications through chanting Om, also a way to create resonance as we share our practice. So inhale a little deeper. 3 times Om. And I invite you to close your lips so you're just breathing through your nose, bringing your hands to your belly, maybe one hand at the upper belly, one hand at the lower, and inviting exhales that are more percussive. So as you breathe out with the lips closed, drawing your navel in towards the spine, sort of like this. So focusing on exhaling, exhaling, exhaling like a drum beat. Having a quick pace, something that you might be able to sustain for 1 minute straight. This is called breath of fire. It's a way to activate energy at your solar plexus, a way to stoke your digestive fire called Agni. So you might focus your mind's eye at your solar plexus as we practice 1 minute breath of fire, which is called Bhastrika Pranayama. Actually, it's a different name in Sanskrit. I'll remember later. And as we do that, you might visualize a bright yellow, fierce sun, glowing lights, the element of fire right here at your belly, upper belly. So let's prepare for 1 minute of practicing breath of fire, lips closed, breathing just through the nose. Ready? Begin. We're halfway through. Take a deep breath in, hold the breath for as long as you comfortably can. Lift your pelvic floor, draw your navel in and up towards the heart, close the chin towards the chest. Think of energy rising from your base of the spine to the top of your head, your crown. And when you can't hold the breath anymore, exhale through the mouth, breathe naturally, and observe anything that you feel. So we just lifted certain parts of the body. Those are called energy locks. And as we release them, the point is to invite even more energy to flow through your 7 main chakras or energy centers. Now I invite you into Ujjayi Pranayama, which will bring us into our movements. And that's closing the lips, breathing through the nose, softly narrowing the back of your throat and creating a gentle whisper as you lengthen your in and out breaths evenly. Really slowly listen to a few cycles of that. Let it sound like gentle ocean waves rising and falling. See if you can maintain that same gently audible rhythm, focusing on the sound of your breath throughout our asanas, our physical postures. Let's make our way down onto our backs. Well, we're starting a oblique sides of the core warming practice. So begin by bending your knees, lifting your shins parallel to the ground so your knees are right on top of the hips. Notice if your lower back starts to arch more, where it lifts further away from the ground. If so, actively seal in the bottom of your front ribs and lengthen your lower back without flattening it entirely. Now bring your legs together and let your feet either point or flex. We're engaging the muscles in your legs. Open your arms wide apart, grounding each shoulder throughout the movements. As you breathe in, just stay here, relax the shoulders away from the neck. As you breathe out, begin to lower your knees to the right as far as you can, hover them off the ground without dropping the legs and without lifting the left shoulder. As you inhale, slowly lift the knees back to center. As you exhale, slowly lower to the left. Same thing, try not to drop the legs nor lift your right shoulder. Inhale, come back to center. If you feel ready to add more physical rigor, straighten the legs. And exhale, hover to the right. If your legs are straight, you might hover your feet over your right hand. Really slow and controlled. Inhale, lift the legs. To your left, exhale, hover. Inhale, center. Let's go for 3 more on each side. Exhale to the right. So we're not swinging the legs out of momentum. Inhale, center. But we're activating the side muscles of your torso, called your obliques. Exhale to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Last one on each side, really slow. Inhale, center. See if you can even slow it down some more. Exhale, right. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Inhale, center. And exhale, lower your legs, stretch your arms and legs and take up space. Give yourself permission to take up large space here. Metaphorically and literally, take a deep breath in as you stretch in all directions. Now from your belly center, exhale, contract and hug your knees into your chest. Lift your head and shoulders, get really small. Inhale, stretch it out. Expand. Exhale, contract. Last time, inhale, expand. Exhale, contract. And to your pace of breath, begin to rock and roll forward and back 3 to 5 times. Building some momentum, you might lift the legs overhead. You might lift the pelvis as you come forward. When you're done rocking back and forth, find your balance on your sitting bones in a supported boat pose, where your torso is upright. You can catch hold of the backs of your knees as you kick your legs forward, or you can place your fingertips alongside your hips, or try no hands at all. Sit up tall, shoulders relaxed. And as we're steadying our gaze, can you relax your eyes at the same time? So even though we're cultivating steady focus, Can you bring a softness that balances the energy out, the yin and the yang? Last 2 breaths. Inhale, lift up through the back of your skull. Broaden your chest. Exhale, relax the shoulders, relax your face. One more deep breath. Navasana, boat pose. Now either swing your legs to one side or cross the shins and plant the hands forward. Come right onto all fours, hands and knees. Cat-cow, inhale, draw your chest forward, stretch the front area of your solar plexus. Exhale, contract the belly, stretch the back area of your solar plexus. Go for another 2 to 4 more cycles of breath. Vinyasa. On your next exhale, relax to a neutral spine. Spread the fingers flat, stack the shoulders over the wrists. Have your knees just beneath your hips. Now lift the sides of the belly, lengthen the neck, broaden across the shoulder blades, and begin to lift the right leg straight behind you so your heel is about the height of your right hip. Try to keep your pelvis centered. Notice if it sways to the left, bring it back to center. Flex your right foot just like you would in Warrior 3. Press the instep back. If your balance feels pretty steady, raise your left arm forward like you're about to shake someone's hand at the top of the mat. Draw the left shoulder back. Lift through the sides of the belly. Lengthen through the center line of your body. Stay here or breathe in and lengthen some more. And breathe out, contract, bending left elbow, right knee, maybe to touch. Inhale, reach if you're flowing to the breath. Exhale, contract. 3 more breaths. Inhale, reach. Exhale, contract. Inhale, reach. Exhale, contract. Inhale, reach. Exhale, contract. Lower your hands and knees and take a deep breath. Spread the fingers flat again. Engage the sides of the belly without swaying your pelvis to the right. Try to keep the pelvis still as you raise the left leg straight behind you and flex the foot. Press the instep of the left foot back. Lengthen forward to your chest and crown. If your balance feels pretty steady, raise your right arm forward so the upper arm is alongside your ear as you draw the shoulder back. Stay here or breathe in and reach a little further. Exhale, contract at your belly and bend your right elbow, left knee, maybe to touch. Inhale, reach. Exhale, contract. Inhale, reach. Exhale, contract. Inhale, reach. Exhale, contract. Inhale, reach. And exhale, contract. From here, lean back onto your shins, maybe stand on your knees if that's more comfortable, and interlace your fingers behind you. Draw your shoulder heads back, seal in your bottom front ribs, and lengthen your lower back as you start to coil your chest up. Open the throat. Give another 2 cycles of breath, stretching the fronts of your shoulders. And then come on forward, lower your forearms to the floor, either parallel to each other or interlace the fingers, creating a triangular base. Have your elbows directly under your shoulders as you wrap your triceps towards the rear wall, spreading the shoulder blades apart. Lengthen your neck. Gaze on the ground, about in between your thumbs, and walk your feet back. Bring your feet together to touch in forearm plank pose. Press your inner heels back, engage your quadriceps, lift the sides of your abdomen, and draw your chest forward. Notice if your tailbone is lifting up like a mountain peak. Lengthen the tailbone towards your inner heels. Lengthen your sternum and crown towards your front wall. Last 4 breaths. Inhale. Relax something as you exhale. Inhale, lengthen through the midline of your body. Exhale, 3. Inhale, wrapping the triceps towards the rear wall. Exhale, 2. Press through the insteps of your feet as you breathe in. Exhale. Then gently lower to Sphinx pose. Point your toes back and firm the tops of your feet into the mat. Lower your forehead to the ground. Take a round of 5 breaths in bound locust pose, which is strengthening for the back muscles of your core while opening the heart space. So rest your forehead down, interlace your fingers behind your lower back, or hold a strap between the hands. Keep your feet pressing down into the ground the entire pose for this round. So draw the shoulder heads back and inhale, lift the chest. As you lift your head, look slightly down, lengthen the back of the neck. Give yourself about 5 breaths here before you let go into cobra pose or upward facing dog. As you're in Shalabhasana, stretch the knuckles of your hands towards your heels. Press back through your inner heels with your feet pressing the floor. When you decide to lower into cobra or upward facing dog, plant the heels of your palms alongside your floating ribs. Root firmly down to the tops of your feet and draw your shoulder heads back. Hug the elbows close. Give it a few breaths in cobra or upward facing dog. Then contracting your belly, exhale, lift your pelvis high, press the tops of your thighs back, downward facing dog. Tune into 3 deep breaths, steadying your gaze, arriving in stillness. Bend your knees, look past your hands, and empty the breath. Then walk or lightly jump to the top of your mat, forward fold. Press your shins or the ground or blocks. Inhale, lengthen your spine forward into half forward fold. Exhale, fold. Press through your feet. Inhale, sweep your arms forward and rise to stand, reaching your arms overhead in Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, trace your palms in prayer from your crown to your heart center. Let's begin Sun Salutation C, moving to the breath, offering gratitude to the sun, solar plexus energy. Inhale, sweep your arms up, look up. Exhale, hinge forward from your hips. Lower your fingertips on the ground. Inhale, step your left knee behind you and gaze up, kneeling lunge. While holding your breath, step into plank pose. Exhale, lower knees, then chest, then chin, Ashtangasana. Inhale, slide forward, entering cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale into downward facing dog. Inhale, step your left foot beside your left thumb and lower your right knee, gaze up. Exhale, step your right foot forward and bow. Inhale, slowly rise, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, hands in prayer in Padasana. One more time, second side. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. Lower your fingertips. Inhale, step your right knee back. Look up. Hold your breath and step to plank. Exhale, Ashtangasana, lower knees, chest, then chin. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, step right foot beside right thumb, left knee down, look up. Exhale, step left foot forward and bow. Inhale, rise, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, hands in prayer at the heart. Moving into Surya Namaskar A. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. Press your shins, blocks to the floor. Inhale, half forward fold, Ardha Uttanasana. Step into your version of plank, and this time as you firm in the belly, exhale, glide forward. Graze your elbows by your ribs as you lower through Chaturanga. Inhale to cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale to downward facing dog. Pause for 3 deep breaths. Cultivating a balance of effort and ease. When you've emptied the 3rd breath, walk or lightly jump to the top of your mat. Inhale, half forward fold, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Uttanasana, fold. Inhale, rise up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, hands together at your heart. Once more, inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, step to plank and lower, or float to Chaturanga. Take it to your Vinyasa. When you arrive in downward dog, pause for 3 breaths. When you've emptied the 3rd, walk or lightly jump to the top. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, Padasana. Let's bring the feet together to touch, entering Sun Salutation B. Bend your knees together to touch. Inhale, sitting in chair, Utkatasana. Exhale, shift forward and fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Step or float. Take it to your Vinyasa at your pace of breath. When you arrive in downward dog, keep your hips leveled. Inhale, sweep your right leg back. Exhale, step the foot beside your right thumb. Spin your left heel down. Inhale, rise to stand in Warrior One. Exhale, lower into your Vinyasa. Downward dog, second side. Keep your hips balanced. Inhale, raise your left leg back. Exhale, the foot beside your left thumb. Spin your right heel down. Inhale, rise up, Virabhadrasana 1. Exhale, lower, flowing into your version of your Vinyasa, which could be cat-cow. Though you might be challenging yourself physically, remember we're aiming for balance, a mindful yogic practice. So if you're needing to conserve your energy, get creative in how you adjust your movements and postures, and know that you can rest anytime you need to, pacing yourself. After at least 3 breaths, when your breath feels steady, balanced and slow again, empty it, then walk or float to the front of your mat. Feet touching. Inhale, half forward fold. Exhale, fold. Knees touching too. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, rise up. Last round of Surya Namaskar B. Inhale, chair. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen forward. Step or float into your version of your Vinyasa. Keep going at your pace of breath. When you get to downward dog, inhale your right leg back. Exhale, step it forward, left heel down. Inhale, rise, Virabhadrasana 1. Exhale to your Vinyasa. Keep going to side 2. When you finish both sides, pause for 3 to 5 breaths in Adho Mukha Svanasana, recalibrating, sensing your energy and how you feel physically, mentally. When you're ready, walk or float to the front of your mat. Feet touching. Inhale, half forward fold. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sit back in chair pose. Exhale, rise up. Just pausing here. Maybe a hand to the heart, a hand to the belly. Tune into 2 deep breaths. Notice how you're feeling. I invite you to bring your hands to your hips. And as both feet are on the ground, notice how generally your 2 hips are same level height. Try to keep them the same height as we're going to balance on one leg. So draw your navel in, lift it up. Steady your gaze to help you balance. Lift your pelvic floor and shift your weight to your right foot. Inhale, bend your left knee in front of you, flex the foot. Balance the hips. And now bring your hands to your heart or extend the arms overhead for rigor. And begin to bow forward, extend the left leg back into warrior 3. We'll be there a few breaths. If your hamstrings don't feel warm enough here, you can bend the right knee. Turn your left outer hip to face the ground and press back through the instep of your left foot like we did in tabletop pose earlier. Draw the shoulders down the back, lift through the sides of the belly. Another 2 or 3 breaths in warrior 3. Step the ball of your left foot behind you, feet hips width apart, crescent lunge. Draw your tailbone down, lift up to your crown, and relax the shoulders. Keep your legs still and your hips squared forward and get a little taller through the spine as you breathe in. Still keep the legs still, and as you exhale, twist to the right and open your arms like a T. Inhale, get a little longer through the spine. Exhale, continue to twist. So we're using your obliques, those muscles we warmed up in the moving twist earlier, to generate this twist. Maybe look behind you over your right shoulder. Last couple of breaths. On an inhale, backstroke your left arm, turn to your left, entering warrior 2. Align your right heel to the arch of your left foot. And as you open your arms wide, center your spine upright and steady your gaze past your right hand. If you're looking for more rigor, bend the right knee towards 90 degrees. Wide enough stance so you're not overbending past the ankle. Let's listen to 3 more breaths. Virabhadrasana 2. Straighten your right leg and maybe slightly shorten your stance. We're going to take a version of triangle pose that will activate the obliques a little more strongly. Microbend your right knee, engage the muscles around the knee, and glide your hips sideways towards your rear wall. Extend your arms overhead so that your palms are facing each other as if squeezing a widest width of a block between them. Draw the shoulders down the back and seal in your bottom front ribs. Now, as you slide your hips towards the back wall, tilt your torso towards the front wall. Turn your chest slightly to face the sky. Now, if you're needing more support, you can lower the right hand on your right leg or just to the right of it in extended triangle. Otherwise, we're here for another 4 deep breaths. Focus on the quality of your breathing to support your strength of will as you balance effort and ease. Inhale, rise all the way up. Bring your hands to your hips, shorten your stance about 1/3 less, and then step your right foot towards the right until your feet are hips distance apart again, like in crescent lunge. But this time, both feet are entirely on the ground. Both hips are squared forward and legs are straight. Let's prepare for pyramid pose. So bring the arms behind your back to open the chest, either reverse prayer or fist to fist. or hold opposite forearms or elbows. Again, seal in the bottom of your front ribs. That activates the area of your solar plexus. Press through your feet and energize your legs, and inhale to tilt your chest up. Just a little bit of your range. Exhale, hinge forward from your hips. And as you inhale, pause where you are, press through your feet, and stretch your spine forward. Keep squaring the hips. Exhale, fold a little more. Going for another 3 or so more breaths. Explore your range where you can still open your throat and breathe deeply. Parsvottanasana. Press through your feet. Inhale, slowly rise up. And step up to the top of your mat, feet hips distance. Bring your hands to your hips, tune into your breath. And as you draw your navel in and up, steady your gaze. Shift your weight into your left foot. Keep your hips balanced and bend the right knee in front of you, flexing the foot. Imagine lifting your pelvic floor. As you steady your breath, join your hands in prayer at your heart or raise the arms overhead. Slowly entering Warrior 3, extend the right leg back, pressing the instep of the foot towards the rear wall. Lengthen the crown of your head towards the front wall. Maybe bend the left knee for support. Turn your right outer hip down, tack your left outer hip back, and keep growing through the midline of your body. Last 3 or 4 more breaths. Begin to step the ball of your right foot to the rear of your mat, entering crescent lunge. Direct your tailbone down as your spine is tall, shoulders relaxed. Breathe in here. Keep your legs still and at your waist. Exhale, begin to twist to your left, opening your arms wide apart. Keep the spine as vertical as you can. Breathe in and lengthen it. Keep the hips still and exhale, continue to twist. Maybe look over the left shoulder at your left thumb. On an inhale, backstroke your right arm, spin the right heel down, entering Warrior 2. Align your left heel to the arch of your right foot. You might bend the left knee towards 90 degrees. Steadying your gaze, tune into 4 or 5 more breaths. Straighten your left leg and maybe slightly shorten your stance as we prepare for that oblique strengthening version of triangle pose. So raise the arms overhead, plug the shoulders down the back, seal in the bottom of your front ribs. Now microbend your left knee, engage the muscles around the knee like the quadricep. And as you sweep your pelvis sideways towards your rear wall, tilt your torso towards your front wall. And remember, if you need more support, you can lower the left hand so it is extended triangle. Spin your chest slightly to face the sky, land your gaze, but soften your eyes. Another 4 deep breaths. Inhale, slowly rise up. Bring your hands to your hips and shorten your stance 1/3 less. Walk your left foot towards the left edge of your mat until your feet are hips width apart and your hips are squared to face forward. Keep your legs straight, entire feet on the ground. Pyramid pose. Reach the arms behind your back to open your chest. Reverse prayer, fist to fist, or hold the other elbow or forearm on top. Again, seal in the bottom of your front ribs. Press through your feet and inhale, tilt your heart towards the sky. Exhale, just a little bit of your range, hinge forward from your hips. Pause as you breathe in to root down through the legs and lengthen your spine. Keep your hips squared, exhaling to fold. Another 3 to 4 more breaths. Parsvottanasana. Inhale, slowly rise up. And step forward, top of the mat. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, raise your arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Take it through your Vinyasa or cat-cow, and we'll meet in Sphinx pose. Now in Sphinx pose, elbows are on the floor, chest is lifted. Slide your knees as close together as you comfortably can. Cross the left forearm in front of your chest and bend your right knee. Backstroke your right arm and catch the inner side of your right ankle or foot. Let's give the quadricep and hip flexor a bit more of a stretch so we can prepare for our last back bends. Ground both of your frontal hip bones and turn your chest completely to face forward, relaxing the shoulders back as you bring your right heel towards your right outer hip. Then release the right leg, come back to Sphinx pose, slide your knees close together. Then cross your right forearm in front of your chest and bend your left knee. Backstroke your left arm, catch the inner side of your left ankle or foot. Turn your chest to face forward, relax your shoulders, bringing the left heel slightly to the outside of your left hip. Lower your forehead, release both legs, and let's prepare for bow pose. We're going to take 2 rounds of it, resting in between. Slide your knees close together and bend them. Reach back with your hands and catch outer feet, good place to start. Inner feet goes a little deeper, or ankles, flexing the feet. Kick your feet away as you pull them towards you and press your pubic bone into the ground. Let the knees lift up, no wider apart than hips distance. Draw your shoulder heads back. Look slightly down and count another 5 or more breaths before you lower everything and rest. Pause for at least 2 breaths, resting and observing your body. Then slide your knees close together again for round 2. Reach back, bend your knees, catch hold of your ankles or feet. Kick your feet away as you pull them. This time, stay for 5 to 10 breaths. Try not to splay your knees wider apart than your hips distance in order to stabilize your lower back. This posture definitely helps to stoke your inner fire, that digestive fire called Agni. When you've let it go, again, rest for at least 2 deep breaths. Tune inward. All right, we're down to our last back bend, and that's full locust pose, Shalabhasana. Slide your knees close together. Keep your legs straight and your arms straight in this pose. Press the tops of your feet into the ground and try to keep your feet parallel to each other this whole posture. Bring the arms down by your sides with the palms face down on the floor outside of your thighs. Rest the forehead down. On a breath in, lift every part of your body that you can without straining your neck. You're in it, 5 to 10 breaths. Another variation of the arms is to rotate the front of the shoulders back And open the arms like wings, turning the palms to face forward by rotating the shoulders, not the wrists. Another variation, if your lower back is okay with it, is to extend the arms overhead, like you're squeezing a wide block between the palms, drawing the shoulders back, lifting the upper arms alongside your ears. Try to keep your knees no wider than your hips distance apart, pressing the insteps of your feet back. Letting yourself be in the fire, but maintaining an inner coolness, an inner calm. Balancing your solar plexus energy, not overdoing or underdoing. This time when you release, you might windshield wiper your shins side to side as you rest your forehead down. Take a few deep breaths into your abdomen. Let it out through the mouth, releasing heat. Then gently press up to sit. Bring your legs out in front of you, and let's prepare for a seated spinal twist. Extend your left leg forward and step your right foot on the floor in front of your right hip or crossed outside of your left knee. Place the right hand behind your pelvis. Now you could also bend the left knee as long as you're able to balance both sitting bones down. Raise the left arm up, press into the ground and lift up through your spine as you breathe in. Keep your legs still and exhale, twist to the right. Lower your left arm, either to hold your right leg or to hook the elbow outside of it. Breath by breath, continuing to twist. As you empty this breath, unwind your spine and either cross your shins, so the right shin is on top, or place one in front, or the right shin in front. So if you are crossing or stacking your ankles and knees, you're in double pigeon pose. So make sure you flex your feet to protect your knees if you're doing that. Ground your sitting bones, lengthen the spine, breathe in, and then little by little hinge forward from your hips, firming in the belly, keeping your throat open and your shoulders relaxed. Press down through your hips. Begin to lift from your chest. Inhale to rise. Stretch your legs forward. And I invite you to set up in the same way as you did on the first side of your twist. Step the left foot in front of your left hip or cross it outside of your right knee. Maybe add bending your right knee. With the left hand behind your pelvis, raise your right arm and sit tall as you inhale. Twist to the left as you exhale, lowering your right arm. Maybe hooking the elbow outside of your thigh. Keep going breath by breath, deepening the twist. As you empty the next breath, unwind your spine and cross your left shin forward or on top of your right shin. Once again, if you're sitting in double pigeon where your ankles and knees stack, flex your feet to stabilize your knees. From down through each sitting bone and lengthen through the center of your spine as you inhale. Firming in the belly, hinge forward as you exhale. Breathing in, slowly rise up. And let's find a comfortable way to sit for our final pranayama before we rest in Shavasana or corpse pose, and then sit in meditation. So place your body in a position where you can feel upright, grounded, and relaxed. I invite you into box breathing, Samavriti Pranayama, a simple way to relax your nervous system and bring clarity of mind, helping you also to tune inward. So to support the feeling of grounding, you might place your thumb and index finger to touch with palms face down on your lap. Then either close your eyes or steady a gentle gaze downcast. Box breathing goes like this. As you close your lips, we'll inhale through the nose, a count of 4, hold the breath, a count of 4. Exhale through the nose, a count of 4, and hold the breath, a count of 4. That's one cycle. Let's practice 3 cycles together and then continue 3 cycles on your own. As you're holding the breath, try to relax your body. Prepare to begin by emptying this breath. Through the nose, inhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 4, 3, 2, 1. Second cycle, inhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 4, 3, 2, 1. Third cycle, inhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 4, 3, 2, 1. Continue 3 more cycles on your own. Take your time finishing at your pace when you do. Breathe naturally and observe anything you feel. And as you're ready, gently begin to lower your body entirely onto the ground. Find a comfortable way to lie down in stillness for a few minutes of corpse pose. There, close your eyes. Let your whole body relax into non-doing as you continue to stay present, feeling your natural breath. Shavasana. As you rest in stillness a little longer with your eyes closed, notice how your physical body feels right now. Little by little, begin to wake up your body. Start with wiggling your fingers, wiggling your toes, and gradually stretching your arms and your legs. And then turn over onto your right side, resting your head. Spend a few moments observing your breath, observing your energy. When you're ready, slowly lift your body upright. Please find a comfortable way to sit, Sukhasana. Preparing to sit for 5 minutes in meditation. Either close your eyes or steady a gentle gaze, sitting tall, open, grounded, and relaxed. You might place your hands in the same mudra we practice in our grounding box breath, or stack the palms face up on the center of your lap, thumb tips touching, cultivating evenness of mind. Let's begin. You might rest your awareness gently on the breath as it naturally comes and goes. And if your attention moves away from the breath, just gently, kindly re-guide your attention back. Notice how you're feeling now mentally and emotionally. Allow a moment of gratitude as you offer it to anything that you choose. I invite you also to offer appreciation to yourself for your showing up to your practice with sincerity, dedication, and wholeheartedness. And remind yourself of your intention for your practice today. Remember to whom you dedicated today's practice. And let's close chanting Om 3 times. Feel as you're chanting the resonance that you are both giving and receiving. Inhale deeply. Bowing in, acknowledging the light within. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste.